Antron Brown 2 weeks ago. This is Phoenix, and this was tragic. Left side of your screen, Mike Dunn.
Saw the car go into tire shake after it dropped the cylinder and then go into that left side retaining wall. It launched a wheel up off of that race car, and as a result, we had a spectator lose her life. And there's a tragic situation right there. Luckily, Antron was okay, but obviously we've got some things we have to look at now.
And the vice president of competition for the NHRA, Graham Light, updated us a little earlier today on what they're doing about it.
Well, your statement ongoing is correct. It is an ongoing investigation, and as usual with any major incident we have, our tech department confiscates all the relevant parts to the incident. Those parts have been confiscated. They're in the hands of an independent accident recreation specialist, mechanical engineer, metallurgist, and they will be hopefully supplying us with a report shortly. The NHRA tech department has worked extensively with the manufacturers of rear ends. All of the cars that are out here this weekend have been re-inspected to make sure that there are no issues, and the latest wheel studs and hubs and wheel assemblies are being used.
And it's Antron Brown on the line right now. And not just what the NHRA is looking at, but also all of the competitors in this very close community are looking at possible solutions to the problem of a rear wheel coming off of the car and getting up into the crowd.
Well, that's right, Paul. And the National Hot Rod Association was founded on safety, was to get the kids off the street and get them in a safe racing environment. That has never changed since day one, and it never will. But when we have a tragic incident like we had 3 weeks ago in Phoenix, it seems to get everybody involved. And remember, a lot of these crew chiefs and team members, very smart people out there. They've actually helped develop, working with the manufacturers and the association. I saw a prototype with Jim Head about a system that would allow the wheel studs to actually shear and then still be able to retain the wheels onto the vehicle in the case that happened again. So that's just one of a number of things that are going on out there. So some good things should be able to come out of this.
Well, and Antron Brown, very sensitive guy, and he certainly was not comfortable with what happened at Phoenix, and he has to think about it a little bit, but he's back in familiar territory in the cockpit, and Harry McMillian will go alongside. Brown currently sits 8th in the top half of the field. And Antron, 381, 320 miles an hour. And that will put Antron #1. That tailwind's helping out, isn't it, Mike?
Oh, definitely. And normally, you know, a tailwind or a crosswind doesn't affect the top fuel cars that much. But when you have one that's as strong as we have today, they're talking about a 25-mile-an-hour sustained wind with gusts up to 35. You could actually see it help the top fuel cars pick up maybe 100th or two. And I've seen as much as, 5-6 miles per hour when we saw in Vegas when we had a tailwind that was pretty stiff a few years back.